Today, welcome to Tampa Live, right here on a relaxed Friday in Tampa Bay. Beautiful weather behind us. With my guy Tyler Nguyen, with Nellly, with John and Joe, Alex behind the scenes. Hey, so what's going on, guys? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
What a long week.
Dude. Finally, we can have a happy Friday.
Wild one.
Yeah, it's been a wild week, but I feel like getting some type of normalcy right back in
absolutely
days, right?
Absolutely.
I felt that today as I was pulling into the office. I saw the Tampa Bay and the palm trees, blue skies. I was like, I had to take a moment and say, wow, we're blessed, and hopefully we're getting back to normal, and we are still happy to be here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That kind of surreal calm after the storm, right?
Yeah, it was. He was John. Yeah,
Like you didn't just try to kill us, right? Like Mr. Milton.
There's some neighborhoods over there still flooded underwater, and it's because I think rivers are backed up. So,
They're still flooded out there.
Yeah. I've been seeing up there in North Pasco County.
Pasco, Hernando, areas of citrus.
They're trying to drain them out too, I think, or they have to wait it out. I've heard.
I mean, I think the areas that they have a place to put the water, they're draining it out. But there are some areas like the Withlacoochee River goes north instead of south. So it starts in Hernando County and then it goes north. So Dade City's flooding now, but like everything north of Dade City on the river is going to flood later. And we're talking about weeks after the hurricane.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
So people think it's over, but there's going to be people rebuilding across the whole state.
Absolutely.
Joe, right by our area, I forgot what the road is, but it's like, when I come from Odessa, going through like Carrollwood or that.
It's like Van Dyke, Gun Highway.
Like no,
Keystone?
taking the inner roads. But what I saw was crazy. Was I drove into this area where a lot of people have their own and personal acreage or lots, whatever, and this house was still flooded. Like I mean, I'm talking about at least 2 feet, but there's people still living there, which is so sad.
Yeah,
so
you
sad.
have people like kayaking to their properties and stuff right now.
Or they park in the car like before the water was.
People in my neighborhood.
On their RVs.
Literally. I saw footage that you put up, John Debellavue, in the community. You guys were in kayaks to go check on the house. Like, I mean, this is out of this world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Real life stuff
Where
that
was
is
that?
happening.
We live in Lakewood Estates, which is in Dade City Ridge Manor. It's about 2 miles off the Withlacoochee, so we weren't actually expecting to see water how high we did, and we had 4 feet of water over our streets.
Dang.
So my street actually became an island because it's one of the most elevated points, and our house luckily didn't flood.
Wow.
But
You're
But
fortunate.
how is this happening? Why is the water not going down a week after the hurricane? Or where's this water coming from?
A lot of people don't realize, Florida is basically just one big watershed, and our water table is extremely low because of how equal to sea level we are in so many areas.
Right.
So what happens is, like with the Withlacoochee, you have an area that's feeding it that's 2,000 square miles large. So when it's raining, it's taking the rain from that 2,000 square miles and then feeding it all into the river over an extended period of time. So you're talking about trillions and trillions and trillions of gallons of water that are delayed. Wow. So what we saw is it go from like 12 feet to 19 feet over.
That's a lot.
And then we saw our lakes go from being bone dry to filling over Helene and Milton and then overflowing from
Wow.
Overflowing from the river into the lakes and into the lakes.
Yes, everything's just overflowing.
Wow.
So all the low points, they're getting flooded out by, delayed watershed.
Wow.
There's no sewage or
There is.
water.
And a lot of these areas are septic.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a little devastating.
Yeah.
It's a little difficult for a lot of people.
It's going to take some time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how what do you, and again, I know you're not this is not your field, but what would you say? Like, what's the estimate? How long it's going to take them to like really recover, drain that water out? Just, just really get the property back to where it used to be.
I mean, typically what we see is it takes anywhere from, a week to 2 weeks for water to drain from a lot of these areas, at least completely to where it's drivable.
Right.
And then, the good thing is Florida's resilient. That's the nice thing. Let's focus on a little bit of the positive, and I think we all are here to be resources to people. So while it's going to take time for the water to recede and, they're still cleaning up the beaches, I would say, we're going to bounce back 8 to 16 months.
Wow.
We saw it happen with Fort Myers Beach after Ian, completely devastated, washed away,
Right.
and they're back 2 years later. So I definitely don't want to be on here fear mongering. I don't want people to be like, oh my God, I don't ever want to live in Florida, or like let me get the heck out of here.
Right.
But it's just a reality of what happens after some of these really large rain events.
Right.
I saw it was like an independent small business owner. He was an AC guy. And he was at over the weekend. I bumped into him, and he was like, yeah, man, I got lucky. Somebody called me out for a job, and it was at a mobile home park, and I think it was like 500 homes. And somebody needed their AC fixed. And he said that he went there, and all of a sudden, different neighbors were just all reaching out to him, like, can you check my AC? So for that one job, like, it's probably going to turn into 500 properties of some type of maintenance on his HVAC, on their AC. So where do people usually go and get help when they're not in the business every day or dealing with contractors and rehabbing? So what do people do in the community that you were speaking of? How do people find contractors, or who should they reach out to take a look at their house and know what's really needed?
So I mean, if you're local and living in Florida, a lot of times you can go into your community groups, whether it's on Facebook or Neighbor, and you can ask for resources, get some referrals from your neighbors that you can trust. The other thing you can do is reach out to your local realtor, because a lot of times they're well connected with contractors, with cleaners, with every resource that you need to essentially remediate and get your home back in tip-top shape. Right. And in a time like this, most of us are not looking to make any sort of profit from this. We're just looking to be a resource to our community and help people rebuild.
Yeah. And I think that's one thing that's resilient about the realtors, and I think that's the biggest thing people don't understand. Why I use a realtor is because it's the resource that you guys have, the vendors, the relationship that you build, and who's good, who's not, and it word of mouth goes a long ways, period.
Well, and we all live here, right?
100%.
So we all go through this together, so why not help your neighbor?
I've seen Florida community as badass. I've seen everybody come out and help each other. If anything, we're not depending on Florida, like the government, the governor to come in and like everybody helping, like our community, just the front sign of our community. We just random people just going to clean up your neighborhood.
Absolutely.
I thought that was so awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody
You mean
coming
it's
in.
not like that at other places?
No, and not what? I mean Florida.
Down here in the South.
Down the South, we got that Southern hospitality,
Right.
Exactly, 100%.
But I love that, seeing everybody help each other.
It's not as cold as much. When you're cold, you might be a little more cranky early morning.
But we had beautiful weather the next those days right after the hurricane.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, because imagine we didn't have any AC for like almost 5 days.
Yeah.
No light, no electricity, nothing.
Call that
Washing
a
my
blessing.
clothes, right? Tyler, I sent you a picture.
Yes, I feel so bad, Nellly. Oh my
It's all right.
It's so crazy.
I loved it. I loved it. You kind of go back to how it is, how your grandparents, how your parents raised you, and you see your mom washing your clothes by hand.
Right.
And I did that. I actually enjoyed it. I love hanging. I didn't have my clips to hang, so I'm not used to that.
Look at that learning lesson, right? Back to the roots.
Well, it's,
no internet, no.
It humbles you. It brings you back to I think your core, a lot of people back to their core humanity and their values, right? And where do my values lie? Helping my neighbor and surviving, but we all got to survive together.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's
helping each other out.
We were all going through it.
Everybody.
I'm telling you. Well, that brings up a good topic. I think, I know we were talking earlier, Joe. We were talking about, joining teams and working with teams and being a leader. What do you look for a team member, stuff like that?
Right. We come across, we always like to pick brains of agents. A lot of people, a thing right now is joining a team, and you have people like Zillow giving incentives to big team leads by they want to just give their leads out to one big team, right, in the area. So it's becoming a trending thing where teams are growing, and that the aspect of it, right, the idea of it. And so I like to ask agents, what is it that you're looking for when you want? Why are you joining a team? It's what are you looking for there? Have any of you guys been part of a team before?
I've had a lot of teams try to poach me.
Yeah. Got it. And so when we're out there reaching out, I just like to see what people are looking for when joining teams. Do they want to be in-person appointments every week? Do they just want to have a Zoom phone call weekly? And speaking of teams, we have Marianne O'Kane.
You want to come in here, Mary?
this is a perfect timing for the question was, we always like to know the idea of when agents are looking to join teams, right? Some agents have done it independently and they're successful doing it. And then sometimes it might be a slower start where they're like, you know what? I want to leverage my time. So I think it's better if I align with a bigger team, right? Mary, when you're in the world, because I know you recently joined the team, are there certain things that you're looking for when wanting to join a team?
Yes, definitely. So when you first start as a realtor, you take your courses and it's like a week and then you take another class a week. But that gives you a general idea of what's going on. It teaches you more the legality part of the business, and learning about the organizations like DBPR, FREC, NAR. But when you're out there, you're like, okay, well, good luck. Use your sphere of influence, and not everyone has a sphere. And not, everyone has those connections to build up their clientele. So it's nice to have guidance, for one. Like there's all kind of, they don't tell you, but there's all these things you have to use, all these databases like Lofty. No, I mean, how many people...
You don't have experience with Lofty or a CRM. So sometimes when a newer agent, we, as experienced people, like, yeah, just use a CRM, use Lofty, KV Core.
Yeah.
And to a new agent, they've never even been hands-on, have zero experience with how to filter through it, right?
Yeah, and it's not easy. And then you'll watch a video. Everything's a video.
You can't learn from that. More
It's like
personal.
Exactly. And some people are more, hands-on than they are watch a video and, boom, you've got it. Some people, it's great. But others, like myself, I like to have that step-by-step, that personal interaction, the structure, the guidance. And so for me, that's what I was looking for.
The culture.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's great.
I was looking into that. Me coming back as a loan officer, I really, would you say, I interviewed.
You interviewed. You were experienced already because you've been,
I've been there. I've been burnt. I've it's been a while. I started since 2006. So, and coming back, it was really hard because what I did, I reached out to all my realtor friends, and I said, "Give me a list of your most who has really done it, for you, who has helped you get your loans get through." And then they're always on call. They're like, whenever you need to call them, no matter what time it is, they're right there. That's who I am. That's how I am. So I want to work with a company that's like that, or with a team lead that's like that. That he doesn't care. He doesn't say, "I just work Monday through Friday." Right? Because banks close Monday through, they're open Monday through Friday, Saturday, don't call me. No, I work 7 days a week, around the clock. So I like to answer calls at all hours. Maybe some don't like that. I like that, doesn't matter. We have banks in California and we're working all night. But Tyler definitely, Blue Gray Mortgage was definitely the best one out of everyone. He just, every question I had, he didn't just say yes or I promise and this will be perfect for you. I know we can do this. No, we had real talk and he was honest about it. It's not just about him delivering what I need from him. It's also me. I have to put in my work, right? Because I think as a team lead, you give them all the resources, but you need to work on it, right? I guess you expect that. You expect something from them as you expect it back. So finding a mortgage broker who is responsible and has your back.
Yeah.
That's it.
Someone that's going to support you and like you were saying, provide the type of guidance to steer through you and being in tune with the market. Probably when you were hearing some of the responses when you were talking to Tyler, he probably through his responses let you know that he was in tune with today's market and in tune with the human of an agent collaborating, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He let me know how to work with agents and how to be just in this market. It's not easy.
No.
He was real about it.
Yep.
It's real. And you would get that. You get the people run around tell you, yeah, I got you. Just be part of my team. I don't want to just hear that. Let's talk real, right? How is it?
Was there anything, John, that you wouldn't look for in when joining a team? Any things that stick out?
I mean, I would say I think the ladies' points are really good about, why you would want a team and why it can be such a value to you and how it can, help you scale and really bloom in your business. But, you know, of course, you have people like myself and like you who are a little bit more go-getter, a little more action-friendly, might, you know, jump into the lofty and all those things and manage it. And that's, you know, that's how you end up being in more of a leader position. And I would say from the teams, a lot of teams that have approached me, the reason I decided not to join was because I felt like a lot of what they were, quote unquote, selling me or promising me was things I felt I could deliver myself. So what I would say is if you're going to join a team, look for a team that is truly unique, that's going to bring you the culture and the dynamic that you're looking for and bring you the support that you're looking for. Because I think the biggest thing about being on the team is having a solid support system.
Absolutely.
And being a solo agent, and I can see it from experience, is really sucks sometimes because it's nice to have a support system. So that's, to me, that's the big pro of having a team. And, you know, the con of being a solo agent is that, you know, it's not always fun to handle everything essentially by yourself.
You don't have to like me. I'm over there at the beach, got a daiquiri in my hand.
Like, I'll talk to you later.
I got the kid on my back, and all of a sudden a phone call.
I mean, it's
scary.
I'm like, teamwork makes a dream work.
Yeah.
If you don't have a great team, you lose deals. You don't want to lose it.
Well,
you don't want to lose your
said,
customer. You're coming to you.
You have to pick up the phone all hours of the day. You have to be available. And, you know, having a team gives you the resources and assets that you need to be able to say, okay, maybe I missed that call or I can't take on that client, but you know who can take on that client. Absolutely. And I can work out a referral with them and make sure that that client is serviced. And yeah, you can do that as a solo agent, but I think when you're working with a team, it's such a tighter knit community. Yeah. And that's such a value.
There's a listing in Wesley Chapel. I can give it to Marion O'Kane and say, hey, Marion, can you like handle this listing, dealing with private showings and open houses? And yes, I'm not keeping 100% of the commission, but it's like a team where we're all there. I'm getting so much time back, and we're working together as coming together as a team, right? So, what are the things that you don't want when joining a team? Things that just you were not looking for, and
so, been there, done that.
Been there, done that. Okay, so we're a couple teams, all right.
And you should ask.
She made that loud and clear, right?
So not putting anyone down, but I'm just saying.
So before you mention this part, let's take this quick shot. Let it out. Let it out.
So basically, put it a nice way, I would really sit down and talk with the team leader to make sure what they're bringing to. Because a lot of people, like you said, like promise you things. I've got you. I got this. Don't worry. Yep. And then it just doesn't happen. And either because they have other things going on, or they're just too busy, or they really don't have that kind of incentive to spend on you. They have other things. So it's really important for a new agent, especially, to have somebody like Joe who'll actually sit down with you and explain, step by step, how things really go, rather than just, hey, go hand out some cards, go make some calls, and have a nice day. Good luck with that.
I'll check with you in 3 weeks.
Yeah, good luck. Give me a call.
So, we got Tyler in the building today, and he's, as far as I've known him, he's always been a team lead with Blue Gray Mortgage, runs the company, and I've always heard nothing but good feedback with you as being kind of like a team lead.
Appreciate that. Yep.
I'm sure you've seen a lot of patterns, ups and downs, good habits, bad habits.
Yeah.
I guess, what are things that leaders aren't looking for when dealing with other agents, like kind of like the bad habits, right?
The bad habits, I would say, not willing to learn, and you got to come in. If you're going to join a team, that means that you need guidance. You're willing to learn, right? You're willing to accept, constructive criticism, right, when needed. And I would just say, I always look for somebody that I feel that I can personally mesh with. Like, for me, I look for positive energy, right? I'm a big positive energy guy, but also willing to be hungry and have the same mindset as me, right? Like, meaning that we're out, hustling, we're out grinding, and we're gonna get it.
Really a go-getter mentality. Don't come over here thinking
we got Nellly over here. That's what we got Nellly over here.
Yeah. We got the go-getters.
That's why I said I chose Blue Gray Mortgage.
So.
No, that's important to match the people's energies, and some team leads aren't for certain agents. Someone wants to just really be at a slow pace.
Right.
slow motion, you know, or maybe organized, right? Because there's pros and cons of everything. Sometimes you're a go-getter, but you're not, you know, so...
we all balance each other out.
all balance
too.
each other
We don't
out,
have to be
right.
the same person, but we all balance each other out somehow, some way. And I think I always look for that balance for the team, you know, and I'm big on diversity. So it's just one of those things that I like to have different cultures around me to understand, because everybody's different. You know, how they handle a purchase or a transaction, whatever you want to call it, right? Everybody just handles things a lot differently, and it's always good to learn.
Where does that come from, dealing with diversity and being open to that? Like, you know, being an Asian dudes that you know, being on the scene, and I'm the same way. I originally was born in the Bronx as a youth,
Right.
so I was used to just melting pot type of style, and so it was like I look at everybody else kind of like the same in a sense.
Yeah.
That for me, I see green. Like we're trying to make money, or we're not trying to make money. Usually, it ends up coming to that, but
Only
you
color
know, it's
I
like,
see is green.
like I'm not looking at, you know,
Green is the main color.
diversity means like, yeah, but you know, we're, you know, I don't know how you say it. Yeah, you got to be like this. We don't like the other side. You know? But
It's the bourbon talking, guys. It's the bourbon talking.
yeah, Bourbon Fridays.
Bourbon Fridays.
Tampa Live. Let's go. But no, you know, it's just I love that about your business model. You've always been diverse, and I mean, from women to male to ethnic, all that. And I love to be able to align myself with a company like that, because me as an agent, I deal with many clients in all different type of spaces,
Right.
and so it's important for me to be able to match these clients with lenders, in your case, that just can make everybody comfortable.
Yeah,
'Cause,
100%.
you know, everybody has their own feel, and so we have to have that instincts sometimes with people, and just I want to mirror you with someone who I think you're going to be comfortable with,
100%.
and you always bring that to the table of having so much diversity within your company. And team.
I grew up differently from you. I grew up
Yeah.
actually in Kansas. We were sponsored to Kansas, of all places, coming from the jungle to like a winter. You know, like it was definitely different. But you know,
People live out there in Kansas. I mean,
yeah. So you know, I'm always used to being like, you know, like one of the not popular ethnicity there, right?
Okay.
So you know, I was
Not that many Asians in Kansas,
so
kind
I
of
grew
thing.
up hanging out with a lot of Mexicans,
Right.
like, you know, African Americans, white people,
Yeah.
you know. So we were just like similar in a way. We're like a melting pot, and we all get along. The one thing about the Midwest is, I just think we're the nicest people in the world. So I just gotta throw it out there for the Midwest people.
Hey, when the hurricanes come, do they come and take those limbs out of your driveway? Because I know my neighbor did over here in Florida.
We got tornadoes.
They're like, hell no, you got snow on your car? I'm not going out there digging that snow up out of there.
take the
Figure it out. I got my
hurricane.
own
I'll take
snow.
the
No joking. Well, that's cool stuff, man. But yeah, that's, you know, with dealing with teams, and just I like to look at it from both sides, like what people are looking for when they're joining teams. Some people are like, I want 100 leads a day, or else I'm not joining nothing. And there's always work that has to be put in, but a yin and a yang that comes with any type of partnership, any type of teamwork, is the other people should leverage off each other. And, you know, so whether it's location wise, and Mary, she's in Wesley Chapel, so she can run a whole Epperson community of listings for me, and we can work together as a team. And then we might have, for example, someone else, John in Pasco County,
Right.
and he covers the Pasco County, right? So we can always work as a team moving forward. So that's pretty cool stuff. Anything that you like about what you really like about team members when you're looking out there to add
it's
on?
the camaraderie, man. I mean, honestly, I think that's one that I love about our team currently is the camaraderie. We have this group chat, and when we run into issues, or, you know, because it's not all about the wins, it's about the losses too. I think that's where, you know, I was listening to a podcast, and I was like, man, the losses is where you learn the most, you know. And I always tell, right? I mean, that's how we live and learn, right? And that's one thing that I stress on. I love taking L's because I just learned so much from it, so I could share with my team members, you know, and that's something that I'm not ashamed of, you know, because like we're only human, so mistakes will happen, or things that, you know, pop off in a transaction we just never maybe encountered before, right? So that's what we have to share, and that's, as leaders, that's what we have to do. We have to
That's
share.
If
what
you're
I
batting-
was saying.
if you're
Tyler
bat-
keeps it real.
If you're batting 100% on your listing appointments, you're not going on enough appointments. Let me say that again. If you're batting 100% and you're closing 100% of your deals, it's because you're not having enough appointments, having enough deals, right? So I learned that earlier this week with the Glover U Summit that came in town, and that was kind of what he was kicking in earlier. But cool stuff. So ready to take some losses, Mary?
I'm ready.
Okay, there you go. That's the spirit.
We'll get some wins too. Don't worry. We'll get some wins too.
Hey,
That's how you learn.
every no is one quick answer to yes, right? So there you go,
Took me
man.
a lot of no's to get where I am now.
Yeah, a lot of no's, yeah, for sure. It starts out like that. When you're a new agent in any type of industry, you're new. Your friends are not going to be running to you as your clients. They're like, hold up, I'm going to put my whole life savings into decision making into your hands.
Right.
It takes time to kind of go out there and pay dues. Like, you guys had any friends just happen to go with somebody else, and you're like, damn, we talk about this every day for the past 10 years.
That was a lot.
I just think it's funny you say that because there's a saying that always comes to my mind, and it's something like a customer will become a friend quicker than a friend will become a customer. And
That is perfect. That is so true.
it's not until your friends start actually seeing you succeed that then they come out of the woodwork, and you're 2 or 3 years into whatever you're doing as a loan officer or an agent, and they're like, oh, I've been seeing how great you've been doing, and it's like, yeah, market's like, you should have bought a house with me a year ago. I could have got you a great deal,
right?
But it's great to talk.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad to hear from you.
John is so right, man. I mean, I have a lot of clients that became my friends, and
Yeah,
then I
me
introduced
too.
them to my
Likewise.
family. Yeah, we still hang out to this day. It's been
I
since,
have
whatever.
customers now that are very, very close friends.
Yeah.
We're very close friends.
But I think we all have been burnt by family members or friends.
at least once, yeah.
Dang your mom.
Thank you, Mom.
Damn, Mom, you do me like that.
No, but
You didn't
it
believe in
comes
me?
with the game,
Bourbon
bro.
Fridays.
It comes with the game. And I tell newer agents, I'm like, look, expect that. Like, it's not personal. Don't take it personal.
Right.
But sometimes you're new. You just
They want to see you grow.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
bit
why
closed
social
loop.
media is important. Post a couple photos out there. Like, let people know you're in the game. Don't be the hidden agent. Let people know, like, yes, we can handle mortgages or sell your house or represent your cousin buy a house. Like,
Exactly.
and people will, that's what they have to judge you on versus them communicating with you directly. But a lot of times they're just going to look and see what you're doing social media wise or when they Google you up. So
Yeah, no, I 100% vouch for that because I think that like I had increase where clients would reach out to me. They're like, hey, Tyler, I love your videos, but I didn't get a damn like from you. I didn't get a like or response or review. You know what I mean? Like they are watching you, but they're not telling you they're watching you. So don't expect like if you're not getting likes or whatever, it doesn't mean nothing, right? It means that
keep pushing the content
People are
out.
always
Those
watching.
creepers.
exactly. Yeah.
Those are the ones that call.
Those are the ones that call. She said.
So, you guys gotta follow Nellly. Nelly got a major following on IG. I gotta give her a shout out.
DMs are hot.
Yeah.
DMs are I seen those professional photos and
No, mortgage DMs.
mortgage. Never mind.
Mortgages.
Okay, for your mortgage Instagram, what is it? I want to know. Nellly Tejada, isn't it?
It's the same. I keep it the same because I have the same. I get reached out. I didn't like to. I didn't want to switch it up because I think I didn't think that would be the best. I had a following for a long time,
Amen.
and one way, and I said they're gonna follow me with my new passion, what I'm doing now, and why change the clientele? I'm not changing anything.
I did the same
I'm
thing
still
with
doing,
mine.
and you know what? I've got nothing but good feedback. I get questions all the time.
Consistency,
We
I love
make
that,
all the time, probably on the daily. Even if I don't work nothing with it, they just give me a call because we have that bond, that connection, that trust we built over the years. They're like, I see you do this now. I know you're not gonna lie to me. I see you next week. I gotta pay you maybe because I do hair and makeup as well.
Yeah.
So and
All
they're
in one package right there.
all in one package.
Get your hair, makeup done, and buy a new house.
when you get your hair, when we go on that closing table, I'm gonna get you done. I'm gonna get my hair all on me.
Well, yeah, hey, I like that.
Great.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I really like that. Nellly Tejada on Instagram, your mortgage lender and your makeup specialist.
Yes, mortgage. I wanted to do makeup and mortgages and start doing kind of like. I had a lot of my clients are real estate agents. Yes, and what I want to do is start interviewing my agents when I'm doing their makeup and their hair. We're just talking about the market and what are the common questions.
Yeah,
right.
it's like LeBron James. You know, he has that barbershop show.
There you
right?
go.
Get your hair
Do your
done,
makeup,
right?
Like
you know?
a great spin-off podcast. Yeah. Own little makeup and mortgages. That'd be awesome.
John, just grow the hair out so she can braid it
Men,
up.
I do
during the-
men. I do their makeup before. license
is still active.
Yeah, it's good. I'm still at, like, this weekend. I have a quinceañera.
Nice.
I'm doing Halloween makeup because I do theatrical makeup. I love Halloween and special effects. I really wanted to get into that for many years, but you know.
Me too.
So do you let them? How do you let them know that you're also a professional? You know, more because I have a lot of like DJ friends.
Yeah.
When they DJ, I'm like, dude, why do you not put your real estate business card on the other side of your laptop? The whole 1,000 people are looking at you.
Right.
You know.
My nail tech has all my cards right
Exactly.
there. While I'm
There
doing,
you
I'm like,
go.
where's my cards? But no,
I'm not going anywhere.
well, you know, while I'm doing their makeup, I'm like, so you're renting?
Yeah.
Or do you own?
AK, you want a good job or a bad job?
And then we talk about it. And I'm like, how's your rates? And I went, let me tell you something. But we talk.
That's better than the news, though. That's
Yeah.
live in person.
Yeah.
Live, yeah, it's just fine. Like I said, I'm your financial advisor, not just for mortgages. My job is not just to study mortgage because I get asked about credit. I have to know all of it. I have to know like the economy.
Right.
So I like to read books and know. I'm a big reader with economy and all that. Having just that knowledge and overall, not just I'm not trying to sell or anything, but just giving them the knowledge. They call me like, "Hey, Nellly, what do you think about this?" So I look at it. I'm like, "Well, send me your LE. I'll take a look. Maybe there's something they didn't see. I see, and that's it. And then they become a customer, and then that's it. But you're
It's
right.
like you have a credit card limit was paid off, no debt on a $10,000 card, but on your $300 credit card, you've used the whole $300
Maxed out.
and you're not paying it off. It's like, we can help you. We see this every day
Right.
within our
Yeah.
clients. Like, just pay down that $300 card. The $10,000 card is going to be okay if there's $300 on it.
Yeah,
Right?
save you a lot of money than paying somebody to fix your credit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's for free.
I think that's the benefit of social media. One good benefit of social media is like a lot of people are using it to be educated now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Not to say everything is accurate, but it's a nice resource that you can kind of go YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, right? So it's crazy.
If
how
anything
people-
breaks in my house, I'm on YouTube. How do
Yes.
I fix?
Yes.
Well, they'll ask me. They're like, I saw on Instagram, on TikTok, they were talking about this
Yes.
rate, but I'd rather talk to you because is it real or is it fake news, right? So your followers, those people that have been working with you,
Yep.
refer you, they
You're
go
right.
and they
Yeah.
take a look. They may not, like you said, they may not like it. They won't like it.
They're going to call you to
They're-
verify this is real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they trust in your word. They believe it, right? They don't want to believe what they're seeing everywhere on TikTok because we already know TikTok
Oh my God.
made me buy a lot of things that were not true.
That dog
another
cage that
Yeah.
looked huge when you got the dog cage. They
Yeah, I
had,
don't
they had a
know.
plastic pit inside,
I
literally.
don't know, the outfits that make you look like this, and I was just like, it just went like, pop. Didn't work out. Didn't work out. They sell that, but it's not true.
I heard Kim K has something, right?
yeah.
Kim K sells
Kim
something?
K, oh yeah, skims. Yeah, I still got one leg in. I can't get the other leg in yet.
Oh, you
So-
had 2 legs. That's a one for this.
Yeah.
That's dope. But no, that's
funny.
good stuff. Hey, right here in Tampa Live, you get all these raw gems, dropped on you live from the community of Tampa, just kind of sharing knowledge for all you guys to learn and pick up on stuff that, we're dropping off, right? Because we've read these books. Any favorite books? Nellly, you're speaking of it. What are some good must reads for people out there? Anything that has kind of been a little life changing for you?
Okay, so for sure, definitely the dummy books. Those are, especially just because you don't know the wording will get you. You could read a book and like, what am I reading? All these words, right? So whatever it is for dummies, actually, those are really good to start with. And then there's one that is the philosophy of money. Right, that's a good book, and it kind of talks about not just. I don't like to read the ones on how to get rich. I don't read those. Sometimes when I was younger, I did the one with the bad dad. I think what was it?
Rich Dad, Poor
Rich
Dad.
Dad, Poor Dad.
Yep.
That was a good one. I gave that to my son. I gifted that to my son. It's a good starter book too. But this book didn't essentially just talk about making money, how to get rich. It's talking about how poor mentality, how it was to buy lotto tickets, how to your mentality, how it is, but how to really work with your money, right? Like where are you really putting in your money to, like lotto tickets and hoping to do all these things, and how to really, and how it was the market back in the I was telling him 1980s. What were rates like? 11, 13%.
Yeah.
Yeah. double digits.
Yeah.
Like what we're at right now, it's not bad. Are we going back? I don't know.
Well, let's drop a quick dime real quick. October of 2023, we're close to 8%. October 2024, we're probably about mid sixes. So, I mean, we're making progress,
Wow,
right?
yeah.
So people are like, oh no, the rates are climbing back up. It's not as bad as people think.
Yeah.
So,
No, it's not. It's not bad. I don't think it's bad at all.
No.
And for investors,
I'm refinancing
Super
right
time.
now.
There you go. Right? Like,
it's always a good time.
From a
And then,
10.25.
but
And you're
no.
gonna save hundreds of dollars on your
Hundreds of
monthly mortgage.
dollars.
And then we'll revisit in 6-8 months if we have to, right? I mean, it is what I mean.
You can
You can
change
do.
it.
You can change it.
Right.
I mean, like I said, in the 1980s, that's how it was. So you read these books and you think about like, how is the economy? What's going on, right? So this book I really enjoyed reading because it just gave you the philosophy, right, of what kind of mentality, how people think about making money and how it used to be, and the recession. So I kind of read those type of books.
That's dope. That's dope. Anything on the bookshelf these days, Tyler? Something that's
my kids, they always make fun of me because I read really slow. And they're like, yeah, you still on that page, man? What's going on? Man? So I like to do audiobooks. That's what I'm trying to do.
Audiobooks.
I've been listening to John Maxwell. He had a couple books
Oh, he's
out.
good.
Yeah, he is amazing. He had like,
What's a good one? What's a
the
good
most
one?
recent one I read was the 16 Undeniable Law of Communication.
Yes.
So, especially in our business, we gotta learn how to communicate very well. You know, like I'm always trying to tweak how I talk to my clients or just talk in general, right? So, but I think that's very important.
That's good. Hey, we got to check that one out right here on Tampa Live.
Yep.
Keep up with us now. Go and order those books and check them out. So, yeah, audio versus, are you an audiobook reader or physical book
don't
reader?
read to me. I get bored easily. But I mean, I like reading because of my imagination, but I do also read, I enjoy other like romance books
Oh, do
and
you?
dark
So the fiction
novels
style. Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. But when I have to like get my mind out of the gutter, sometimes
Right.
I start reading what I need to do. But no, I like to hold my book tangible and just keep my mind fresh, kind of like forget about everything around me. I'll just like put everybody to sleep, read in the middle of the night, and
Nice.
that's it. Write my notes.
You reader?
Well, I mean, I always do the Zoom classes, I like
Yeah.
those, and the Realtor magazine, I like
Nice.
that.
Oh, that's-
all the time.
Yeah.
But not so much like I would read like John Grisham.
Mm.
My favorite book is Steinbeck. It's The Pearl. So it's
Pearl,
more like
yeah.
life.
Nice.
A life, yeah.
Nice. How about you, John?
How to win people and influence people.
I
by
love
Dale
that.
Carnegie.
I love that.
That's good, yeah.
Dan Carnegie, yeah. Classic.
I read a lot of books like that.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's why
Power
you're
of
the man
the
of today.
power of the mind. Power of the
Power of the
mind.
mind.
100%. How about you, Joe?
How to get rich quick in 2000.
I knew he was going to say that.
How to get rich quick. Just get me, I want to become a millionaire.
I'm
like
still looking for
tomorrow.
that book. 'cause
How to
The
get
last
rich
one I
quick
read, it
selling
wasn't a
real
good one.
estate.
Yeah, the last one I read, it wasn't a good one. But I can't
Some of them are, you're just like, what is that law of, what is that book with
Law of
the,
attraction.
there's a book, a big book. My son asked me, I'm like, why do
48
you want to
Laws
read
of
it?
Power,
48
I
Power. I was like, I'm not buying you that book. You're not going to manipulate me.
Right.
Hilarious.
You can't look at them and say when you're having a conversation.
I'm like, what page
chapter
was
is
that?
this?
What chapter was that? I mean, I'm not going to lie. I bought the master one.
Right. Yeah.
I bought the master one.
Son, don't try to get over on mom. She's a couple steps ahead of you. Right. So yeah, no, cool stuff, man. I go through my phases with books. I mean, YouTube's kind of knocking all that out the frame for me
Yeah.
these days. But I do a lot of audiobooks. I do like to refocus throughout the year and just kind of go on my walks and listen to certain audiobooks that I've listened to over the years. I find myself, every year you find yourself in that phase where you're just like trying to capture that certain energy to make sure you're on your point. You're sharp
That's
with your
true.
game. So,
You need that.
I'm
Yeah.
quick to go back to the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. I can read that over and over every year.
Those are great.
Just makes me want to sharpen my game. And recent one I revisited was Ninja Selling. Ninja Selling added a lot to my morning routine and understanding as you're prospecting and the energy you're putting out.
Not the realtors of LA, on
Selling
Hulu.
Realtors of LA
What was
now.
it? What is it? What is that show?
Selling sunset.
Selling. Yeah, there you go. I don't know. I mean,
It's
a lot
so
of people
cool to be
became
a
realtors
realtor.
because of these shows, right?
They made it look easy.
Make it look really easy.
Hey, work works.
I'm like, damn, I'm in the
All
wrong
you gotta
place.
do is sell houses in California, then pay California taxes. You can have checks like them.
They don't show that, right?
Exactly.
They don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Hey, look, Tampa Live, every week we're doing this and dropping it. Look for a lot more episodes. It's the Tampa Live podcast. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on YouTube. We will be dropping more, so make sure to send your referrals to Tampa Live podcast. All right? Mary, anything you want to say? You want to let the people know about you? You're coming. You're a force to be reckoned with in Wesley Chapel.
Yeah, we're not messing around. So
Not messing. Catch her in the Epperson community.
That book. We're going to be writing that. Get rich 25.
Love it. Hey, motivation. We love the positive energy, right? So make sure to check out Tyler Nguyen, Marianne O'Kane, John Debellavue, Nellly Tejada, and Joe Flores. And Tampa Live this week. See you guys next week. All right?